Hi there, and thanks for looking over my website this week. As you can tell by the background or where I am on the film, I'm playing a little hooky. I'm not in the 98-degree weather in my hometown of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but I'm up in the Carolina Mountains, up around Linville, North Carolina, just south of Boone. Hard to figure if you haven't been up this way. If you go to, say, Asheville, North Carolina, then you will drive a little northeast about an hour and a half, and you're right there in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Beautiful time of year. I'm here about mid-afternoon, and it's in the high 60s, 70 degrees. It's going to be the high today. So, but if you've got too much heat, but telling you where I am in this nice background. While I'm up here for a couple of weeks at our family location here with a grandchild and several other members of my family, I wrote this week about sports stadiums. I hope you'll take a look at it. That's here on this website now. And who pays? Look, I'm a big sports fan. As a lot of you who followed my website know, I was a competitive athlete, had the honor of serving on the United States track team. Remember Bullet Bob Hayes? Bob Hayes was the fastest man in the world. Well, I had the challenge of handing off on the American team to Bullet Bob Hayes. And you can see my apprehension when he was tearing off from me when I ran up on the first leg of the American 400 relay team. In any event, that's a long time ago, about 8 belt notches ago in the waist, I guess I was pretty fast. But in any event, I love professional athletes. Gosh, I'm enthralled with the NBA championships right now. I don't think LeBron and his team can come back, but it's going to be quite a treat to see what happens in the next few days. Football, I'm as big a football fan, both on the college level, with my home team of LSU, and also North Carolina, where I went to school, as well as our New Orleans Saints that I follow just regularly. But it comes down to these teams constantly wanting an upgrade, a new stadium. They see so to be competitive. I understand that. I understand the theory behind that. But it's a question of who pays. And what we hear all the time as taxpayers, well, look, the taxpayers get a great deal because look at all the money coming into the area. You take where I live in New Orleans, for example. Gosh, it fills up the hotels and people come in and buy tickets, and it pours. In one instance, I said over a couple-year period, $500 million into the local economy. Well, if you're neutral about it, if you'll just go to your own computer and Google who pays for sports stadiums, you'll see that study after study after study concludes that it really makes no economic difference in terms of a sports franchise. Because what happens, there's only so many disposable dollars at hand. If you've got $1,000 to spend, you can either buy it on season football tickets, or you can go buy a bass boat. You can get into golf, spend all the time joining the country in golf. And the sales taxes are still collected by the state. The state gets the same amount of money, and the same generation goes within the flow of the economy, the same number of people hired. In fact, you can make an argument that you make better money working at a bass store, working in a country club, than you do selling peanuts and Coca-Colas at a Saints game. And so the dollars don't make that much difference. But some teams come and almost blackmail you saying, we're going to move. We can't make any money. Well, if you're a football team, for example, or a basketball team, it's just a money machine, particularly in NFL, the teams sharing the same revenue. The New York Jets or the New York Giants don't get a lot more money because they're in a bigger market than, say, the Kansas City Chiefs or the New Orleans Saints. They all get the same amount of money. They split up the money equally. And so there's no diversion there. You're going to make a lot of money if you have a team, number one. Then number two, there's various ways you can pay for this. Look at my column. I talk about the Green Bay Packers. They bring the fans into it. They create a corporation. They sell stock. They get fan participation. They don't go to the state hat in hand to get money to build their stadium. And so in a time of austerity, when states are having a hard time paying their bills, in my home state, education is dramatically underfunded, as is healthcare. You wonder, is it justifiable in spending hundreds of millions of dollars on a sports franchise? So take a look at my column this week and see what you think. And I'd like to have you contact me on our website is my email address. I'd like to hear from you. Hey, thanks for watching my little vignette here. Glad you're looking at my website. I hope you have a good week. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.